Hi guys, so I've just arrived at Mycenae, and it's where the famous Lion's Gate is located. And here is the complex site. This is what it looks like from the air. Okay. So it was the central building part was built in the 15th and 14th centuries BC. The Megaron had a north-south orientation, and the Megaron was built about 1350 to 1300 BC, and it was really an impressive thing. And here are some of the artifacts that were found from the northeast extension. A stirrup jar, a hydria, a tripod mortar, which is this right here, in nice shape as well. So there were different phases of the building of this, about 3 phases, which we find at a lot of places, including Tiryns, which I was at yesterday. And so the main gate, which is the Lion's Gate, was built about the 13th century BC. And it has a limestone slab with a relieving triangle, and then the lions are on the other side of it. Some beautiful pottery. Number 2 is a stirrup jar, and I think it's about 1100 BC, and that's the reddish colored one there in the middle with the spout on the top and the handle. There was a granary as well here at this site. Take you about some of the beautiful pottery. And if you're really interested in pottery, you can always pause this, just kind of look. Hopefully I get some good pictures in here for you guys. And, oh, sorry about that. Let me zoom into this right here. The head of an anthropomorphic vase right there, which is that style, that look was used on even female fertility figurines as well. So I'm just going to turn this way. So this area is what you would consider Greek prehistory for those that don't know. And there was Minoan influence here, which if you look at the pottery and the designs, you can easily see that. If you compare the 2 different cultures. Crete actually isn't that far from here. I was even thinking about going over there. You can catch a ferry, which takes quite a while, or you can catch a short plane ride there. So you see number 20 back there. It's one of the designs that the Minoans from Crete had. It was known as the octopus style, and it's quite beautiful. And so here is a whole very nicely put out display of female figurines. So it's showing you the sort of development that they think. So here, number 1 at the top, they're saying about 1400 BC. And then as you go down, it's the younger periods. And this here, this interesting one, number 5, the rounded, is known as the phi type or the PHI type. And the next to it with the arms up, sort of, or the wings, that's the PSI or the psi type. And again, number 7 right there is the PSI or psi type. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And 8, and then we're gonna come on over here to 9, 10, which I think 13, or maybe, yeah, it says 1300 BC right there. And we'll smoothly go down here to 11 and 12, and 13, then 14, 15, and then smaller down here, 16 to 21, and these right here would be the youngest on the sides that they found this in this diagram. Oh wow. Look at all of these things. So here's a temple cache of small objects. Let me get this gimbal working for you. Let's zoom it in. So we call everything pretty much ceremonial or religious or temple to denote someplace important. And this culture, like cultures from ancient Turkey, like the rosettes and that style, and you can see that over here. They're like ivory rosette appliques. And these are interesting snake figures that were found in the temple. And they're calling them anthropomorphic and snake figures, and so they're saying about 1200 BC or so for these. And then look at these interesting things. Let me just zoom out. Right there. Okay. Check out these guys. That's interesting. So apparently Mycenae means mushrooms, and Perseus, who was supposed to be the builder of the site, many of the sites here, chose it because of the mushroom the mushrooms they found growing in the area. And these are all this here is quite interesting, and the designs on the head of the figure, it's female. It's sort of a snaky mixed in with, I'm gonna say, something mushroomy, because we find that I've seen a lot of figures from this area that have wearing a crown with the poppies, the poppy parts on it. So poppies, I think it's opium that's made from them. So it's, who knows what they were getting up to. I wish I knew all of it. You can only guess. Please keep in mind when I'm talking to you about these sites that this is just like my theory, and even the dating on some of these are just theories, okay? So you should always do your own research, try to figure out and add to the story, because you may see something I don't see, and I may see something you don't see, and vice versa, and this goes on in groups. So we need to have open and fair, positive communication, and that's good. We know that's good. Sometimes it's hard. And here's a fresco that was in 2, so that's nice. Again, we have that design that looks like Cretan women over here. Interesting. Beautiful, beautiful place. There's a place around here called the Treasury of Atreus as well, and it was built during the beginning of the 13th century, and it was domestic architecture. There was I think a middle-aged skeleton of a woman was found, and there were 3 houses is what they're saying, and a couple of them have been repaired and then used and then abandoned and then sort of lost to history. Number 18, that's quite nice. Stone, mortar, and pestle, about 1300 BC. It's still in really excellent shape. This is number 10 up there. That's really cool. That's a terracotta model of a boot. In the Turkish Museum of Ankara, sorry about the names, they had lots of Hittite little figures of boots. Hittites were really proud of their boots, their shoes. The Nike of the back day, I suppose. That's very beautiful. So this impressive. It's really beautiful in person. I hope the camera can pick up a little bit of it. This is 1300 BC. It's a stone vessel, of course. So here are more of the female figures. These are mainly, you see the rounded arms. They're not pointed up, or wings, whatever you want to call them. And those, remember, are the, I say, phi type, which is P-H-I. That's how you spell it. And these are 1350 BC, 1300 BC, that time frame. And here's some very nice other pottery. I'm so glad they have this museum here on site. Yeah. And let me just walk back over here one more time. I want to get a sort of close-up right here of this. It's really lovely. And I like this one as well, with the sort of rhombus, diamond-shaped designs. On the back. There, okay. Yeah, she's really nice. And I think most of this here was found in the room with the fresco design, the beautiful image that we see here. And so let me come over here and show you what they think it would have looked like had it not been damaged. Okay, guys. One more time, I know I talk a lot, please forgive that, but I would like to thank you guys very much. Bye-bye.